Good afternoon, everyone. Or good evening, or good morning, or whatever it is where you're watching this. Hello anyway. How are you enjoying the series so far? I'm enjoying it quite well, but we're reaching that sort of stage where I'm starting to get a bit snowed under with anime. I've watched 4 more series today, and I've got another 4 waiting in the wings to watch, actually, and I'm struggling to keep up with them all. But I'm doing it because I like to watch all of it and see how it goes, because if I don't watch it all, I won't know what to watch, really. Of course, you don't need to watch them all. Let me watch it for you. And hear what I have to say, because this is, as you know, the 2018 Winter Anime Preview, from a different perspective. I had originally dismissed the first show today as a show that likely wouldn't stream, but was surprised to find it listed amongst the new shows when checking the episode listing this week. Working Buddies is a short anime based on a pair of cats who are friends. But it's also a show I dismissed as not animated when I first saw this short opening sequence, since it's a live action puppet sequence. Thankfully, it is actually animated, so we continue to watching it. We're quickly introduced to our lead character, the cheerful calico cat, Tapio Chaturazawa. He's got a part-time job packing parcels to be shipped. We're also introduced to his classmate, another cat, but this time a dark grey cat called Kurihiko Yoshihara. What their classmates in, we're not really told. I'm guessing they're in school. Tapio's kind of annoying and super energetic, while Kurihiko is more serious. And that's pretty much everything there's to talk about in the show. I could talk about a spacey white boss cat who works for a delivery company, or a strange yellow koala who talks about time and space, but that would be pushing it a bit. One thing of note is actually the animation. It's a very stylised 2D animation with thick lines and almost wavy colouring. You can tell it didn't leave a huge impression on you, can't you? Can I really recommend you watch this show? Probably not, actually. It did nothing to really offend me, but I don't feel like I want to watch another episode. I can't think of any reason to tell you to watch it and make up your own lines either. I nearly didn't watch this one twice, and I actually don't think it was worth watching after all of that either. If you still aren't sure, you can find it on Crunchyroll. I'm not a fan of horror stories. It should come as no surprise then when I say that when I saw the premise of Junji Ito Collection, I wasn't overly excited by it. For those who aren't aware, Junji Ito is a prolific and well-respected writer of horror manga stories. The series is not a single unified story, but as the name suggests, it's a compilation of many of his stories. As such, my preview will only be a look at the first one, Suichi's Convenient Curses. It's about a strange kid, Suichi Suji. He's obsessed with curses and the occult, and is always using curses and other supernatural tricks to make himself seem more important, punishing those around him for looking down at him. It's a classic case of someone being delusional over their strength or importance. Imagine if one of the stereotypical tunies you see in anime these days suddenly started acting on those strange delusions rather than just spouting them. You get an idea what's going on. What sets this apart, and it surely is a given this as a horror series, is that his curses actually have an effect. Using a voodoo doll and nails, he's actually able to make a classmate ill. He gets another classmate to hibernate by burying a doll. But the character himself is rather shallow and weak, picking only on people he knows won't fight back, given they don't know it's him, or in ways that aren't really going to backfire. Until of course they do. Trying to torment another classmate, he finds himself under attack from a frustrated old man. Frustrated about all the pranks he's been pulling in the woods he manages. With this episode there's no gruesome punchline, but looking at the series, it's not unexpected that this will come to pass in future episodes too. It reminded me a lot of classic TV series like Tales of the Unexpected or Twilight Zone. They are tales of horror or interest with individual themes and commentary, ultimately harmless but interesting to watch. The visual style, as you'd expect, is quite dark. There are a lot of dark and solid colours used, and Soichi himself is going to have dark rings around his eyes, and an unnatural smile. It's all off-putting, and again harkens back to classic TV shows where they would eventually film things in a certain way to make it grainy and more atmospheric. Remind me a lot of last year's Laughing Salesman, actually. There was the same dark humour about them and disjointed plot lines. Like with that, I'm not going to be watching any more of it. But I'm not going to tell you not to watch this one yourself. If you're a fan of horror, then you'll probably get some good mileage from this series. And if you're not a fan of horror, you may want to go elsewhere for your anime entertainment. And Junji Ito Collection is streaming on Crunchyroll. Certain series bring with them fanfare due to the popularity of their original works. The likes of Sword Art Online are in this group, as before it was a popular anime, it was a popular light novel series. However, other series, such as this season's Record of Grand Quest War, are anticipated based on pedigree. What is itself based on a light novel series of the same name, the reason Grand Quest War got my attention was the author's previous record. Ryo Mizuno has penned several stories I really enjoyed in the past. From a whimsical but warm-hearted Louis the Rune Soldier, to a vastly underappreciated gem, Starship Operators. He also wrote one of the seminal works of fantasy and Japanese fiction, Record of Lodoss War, and a similarity in name between that and this new series, Record of Grand Quest War, is what garnered my attention. Now this series has no known connection at this point to the adventures of Pan and Deedlit, but even still, the connection puts certain pressure on this series to deliver something special. And based on the first few minutes of the first episode, I'm not fully sure it can. We go in a wedding crashed by some demon and the rulers of two factions killed trying to bring the situation under control. It's very cliched and not all too interesting to me. What does interest me is what happens after this scene-setting distraction. We're introduced with a female lead, the beautiful and headstrong Silica Meletes. She's a highly skilled mage, apparently proficient in 6 of her 7 magics. And she's on her way to make a contract with a lord until her carriage is ambushed by some stock bad guys. Really, I think these ones from a leader could have been pulled from any book of standard villains, as they go down easy and have no real characterisation. Not that they need any, they're solely there to introduce our leading lady. And our leading man as well, as Theo Canaro, a gallant noble bearing a crest of his own creation, leaps in and defeats a bad guy attacking a vulnerable damsel. Not that she was ever in danger. One thing leads to another, and the young maid all but forces Theo to form a contract with her, lending her talents to his cause of creating a world where noble lords once again help their people, rather than just helping themselves. It's that headstrong and forceful nature that most endears me to Silica, who's already a contender for the best girl of the season, despite only being 1 episode old in our hearts. So is this actually worth your time? I'd probably say so. Whilst I can't say it's the best storyline ever, and it's full of cliché and danger signs, it's going to be a terrible show. Because of its author, I'm going to give it the benefit of a doubt. I believe the author really knows how to pen a great story. And you can find Record of Grand Quest War streaming on Crunchyroll. If there ever was a list of show genres that I could potentially watch at any given time, then a Yuri romance series is likely going to be somewhere near the top. Especially this one based on a well-known and high-quality manga series like this season's new series, Citrus. We're very quickly introduced to our leading lady, the Geragao Yuzu Ihara. She's having to transfer schools as her mother recently remarried in remote areas. She's in a family restaurant with some friends just chatting about nothing in particular and saying how she's sure to get a new boyfriend easier at new school given how she looks and her personality. Normal fashionable girl then. She's clearly not a fan of a new uniform as she immediately starts accessorising and customising, scrapping with dull shirt and tie for a low-cut blouse and ribbon. She dons her fake nails, makeup and big earrings, and gets ready to go out to school, and is immediately pulled over the order by a disciplinary committee. This is one of those schools after all. She's told that her hair colour, general appearance, her cell phone use, her makeup, top button, her non-approved ribbon, blouse, accessories, fake nails, bag, skirt length and everything else are all in violation of her school rules. So basically she's not really done anything right, has she? All this in the presence of an uptight twin drill member of a committee. Well, sure be more from her later. Even if I didn't know that, it'd be obvious from her insane hairstyle. We're also introduced to May, the student council president. A straight-faced beautiful girl with long black hair. She quickly feels out where Yuzu has a phone hidden, but in a way that's longer and more sensual than it needed to be. It certainly leaves a lasting impression on you, but not only on us but also Yuzu. Yuzu quickly learns that she doesn't fit in at this school. That much was obvious. Her fashionable appearance has her labelled as a delinquent by real girls, and is quickly sidelined as a danger and not to be spoken to. However, another girl in class, Harumi, approaches her and befriends her. She's also a bit of a gyaru, but a secret one. She also doesn't want to be sidelined. She's also found ways of getting around some of the rules, hiding her phone where the committee won't look for after all. Ways that Yuzu can't copy, much to her annoyance. Not everything is perfect in this picture postcard of a school, however. Yuzu turns a corner and finds a prim and proper student council president, May, making out with some handsome homeroom teacher. Regardless, she goes home, only to be told that she has a new younger sister. It turns out that her new father's gone globetrotting, left his daughter in their care. It should be kind of obvious by now to anyone paying attention, but her new younger sister is in fact May Aihara, the very same student council president who was a bit of a bitch to her earlier. The same one was playing tonsil hockey with a teacher. The episode closes with Yuzu confronting May over the incident earlier on in the day, which results in May pretty much forcing herself on Yuzu, showing her what the kiss felt like firsthand. Now it should be clear by now, but Citrus is a series that really does not pull its punches. It's very forward with its relationships, and the first episode may be a bit too aggressive for some viewers. But as someone who's read the manga, if that's all that's putting you off, it's worth sticking with it, as it gets a bit of a less of an issue later on in the series. Citrus is a very maturely written show about a bunch of immature people. Yuzu and May are polar opposites in personality. Whilst Yuzu appears to be a dim-witted Gyaru, she's really quite sweet and thoughtful. Likewise, May appears prim and proper, but she's quite aggressive and mean-spirited in this episode. Although, that does change later. I do understand that Citrus will be a little too much for some people. And if that's your feelings, there's no way I can change them. But if you're a fan of romance shows in general, even if you're not normally one who goes in for Yuri, then definitely give this one a try. You can watch it over at Crunchyroll. Well, those are quite some surprising results, really. There were some shows in today's episode which I really did not expect to like as much as I did. Junji Ito in particular, I really expected to hate and mark it as a red, but I really can't do that. I mean, I don't like horror, I'm not going to be watching it, but it's good, and if you like horror, watch it. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure. But for other things, make your own decision, of course. Well, as ever, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Be sure to join me next time for some more previews. Bye bye.